Hello and welcome to the Secret Wealth Project. I'm Matt. Hope you're doing alright. So, as a quick update, I've decided to go vegan until October the 1st. Okay, so at least that's just over 30 days or whatever. I'm going to give it a month. See if I like the vegan lifestyle. The reason I've done that, partly because my missus decided to turn vegan a few months ago, and she's hardcore. She will be vegan for the rest of her life now, I know it. And then the other part is I watched a documentary called What the Health on Netflix. And, I mean, you could argue with a lot of the points made in it, but I don't know, it's made me think enough selfishly about my health to think that, you know what, I'm going to give this vegan lifestyle a shot and see if the few things that I have got wrong with me, like I've got a little bit of a dodgy hip, I wonder if it'll fix that. Do you know what I mean? And I don't sleep so good, I wonder if it'll fix that, you know. So, I mean, it's crazy, and that's not the only reason I want to try it. I want to try it because of a lot of other reasons as well. Namely, I hate the idea of killing animals. I don't like the idea of it. I've struggled with the idea of it for a while, and I've been such a hypocrite, just thinking, well, I couldn't kill them, and I wouldn't kill them, but I'll eat them. But then they're getting killed somewhere. And there's no such thing as humanely killing an animal, in my opinion. Now, I don't want you to hate me for it. I'm not some hardcore vegan or anything like that. I know some meat eaters get a bit like anti-vegan and stuff. And I know vegans can be quite kind of aggressive in their approach to promoting veganism and stuff. I'm not a vegan yet. I'm not going to try and claim to be one, but I'm going to try the vegan diet for a month and see how it treats me. It's all about testing and trying stuff in life, you know, not just in business, but in health and life and stuff. So I see how it goes. Thought I'd let you know anyway. So on to what this video is actually about. So Richard Patterson, or Patterson it'll be, yeah. Richard Patterson in the Secret Wealth Project Facebook group has posted something a few hours ago. And I thought it was quite interesting. It's something that a lot of people see. So I'm going to answer it. I've not told him I'm answering it on video, but obviously I will do after I've done this. So I'll read it out. It says, sorry guys, just need to get some stuff off my chest and inquire as to whether anyone else is experiencing that Amazon is acting totally unfairly and trying to thwart their business at every turn. As a new seller who has invested a lot of my savings into this business, I'm feeling more than a little exasperated. It seems that every time I open my computer, there is another bizarre surprise in store. I'm already suspended from trying to get ungated in health and personal care, and this morning I received a message in Chinese from a customer in Italy, which I'm unable to respond to as I don't understand Chinese. You couldn't make it up. This is on top of 100 other little things. I'm stressing my family out and they are urging me to quit. I guess my question is it just me or is anyone else experiencing this level of stress and hassle? Could really do with some words of encouragement and some reassurance not to quit. Apologies for this negative tone, but I'm really almost done with this. Okay, so it's quite a question / post, so I'm probably gonna answer it bit by bit, just to kind of answer it in the best way possible. But yeah, the first bit, need to get stuff off my chest and inquire if anyone else is experiencing that Amazon is acting totally unfairly and trying to thwart their business at every turn. Now, I tell you what, I've said this for a while, right? Amazon has got some serious plus points to it. One, they do let us sell on their platform, which is cool. Two, they're the biggest e-commerce site in the world, so they have all the traffic. Well, not all the traffic. They've got tons of traffic, and they've got trust and credibility. And that's partly because they look after their customers so well. Okay, so we get to play in their sandbox. We get to, benefit from their trust and credibility and all that stuff. So consumers trust Amazon, and so we can tap into that kind of sales flow. Having said that, and there's a tons of other positive things as well about Amazon, but sometimes I struggle to see them. Now, as a customer, I understand Amazon are excellent. Now, I'm not a massive customer of Amazon. I don't actually buy much from Amazon. I have over the years, but not much. Like most people that use Amazon probably use Amazon a lot. I use it very rarely. But my dad, who has recently basically started to have to look after my mum, and he can't really leave the house because my mum can't leave the house. So he basically orders anything he needs that he can't get from Asda delivery or Tesco delivery to the home like grocery thing. He orders it from Amazon, and he's always telling me how good Amazon are. You know, he's a guy in his 60s. He's not really internet savvy or computer savvy, and he loves Amazon. because as a customer, he loves it. He says that he buys stuff, it comes, and if he doesn't want it, he returns it and they come and pick it up, and that suits him. So he's a proper Amazon convert, and he's buying pretty much everything on Amazon. Although I can't seem to get him to get Prime for some reason. But so yeah, I mean, from a customer point of view, Amazon's great. So from a seller's point of view, the fact that the customers think it's great and that Amazon allow us to sell on their platform, that's awesome for sellers. But it does come with its downsides. Now, some people will disagree with this, and for those people that disagree, I would say you're either inexperienced or wrong. But basically, Amazon, in my opinion, and it is just my opinion, so you're not wrong if your opinion's different to this. I'm kind of saying that tongue in cheek, but Amazon treat, in my opinion, Amazon treat third-party sellers, us, as riffraff, as an inconvenience, as not as trusted partners, but as at times it feels like that we're the enemy, and it almost feels like, you know, if you worked for a big company and the boss was a total like power maniac and he was just like, right, you're fired because you sneezed in front of him or something like that. At times, maybe unfairly, I think a lot of sellers start to feel Amazon are a little bit like that crazy boss that got all the power. They kind of, at any point they want, they could pull the trigger on your account and your account's toast. And they don't care if you've got $50,000 worth of stock with Amazon. They don't care if you're $1 million a month seller or you're a $50 a month seller. They don't care. They'll just kill your account like that or suspend it or whatever. And then you're left jumping through hoops, paying people that are supposedly experts in it to try and get you to get you unsuspended. And it's just troublesome. Like, it's like Shopify treat their customers, as in us as sellers, really well. If you have any contact with Shopify support staff, you'll always see people posting like, Shopify support are awesome. You know, they really care about their customers and value their customers. I don't think Amazon value their sellers, which in Shopify case would be their customers, but I don't think Amazon value their sellers, and that's just my opinion. I think that their seller support is pretty atrocious. I think the back end of Amazon is atrocious. There's been way too many times where I've seen things go wrong with Amazon back end, glitches, bugs. You might send 10 units in and all of a sudden you've got 30, or you might send 30 in and they lose them, and then you end up, I don't know, lots of things can go wrong and silly returns, and I don't know. I don't want to paint a bad picture of Amazon because I don't think they're a bad platform, but I think there's a lot wrong with them, and I think if they treated sellers like they treat customers, they would be much, much stronger going forwards. My opinion is, if a competitor with deep pockets and the will to create an FBA type operation and a worldwide one came along, and admittedly they'd be up against stiff competition with Amazon, but if someone did that, I think people would probably go in their droves to that new platform. Now, a lot of people will jump to Amazon's defense and stuff. I get that, and that's fine. If you want to do that in the comments, tell me I'm wrong, you know. But having seen a lot of people get suspended for nothing, and bear in mind, this is not a problem everyone sees, but I've seen a lot of people get suspended for nothing. It leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. And most sellers don't get suspended. Most sellers carry on selling for fine. But I don't know. Amazon does come with its problems, okay? And it does feel at times, like you say, Richard, that they're trying to kind of unfairly thwart your business at every turn. You know, long-term storage fees increase, and then something else gets worse for sellers. It's like we never get any good news from Amazon and sellers. It's always a little bit worse for us, in my opinion. Or that's how it feels anyway. So yeah, I've got a lot to say about the bad of Amazon as a seller. But obviously they're huge, they're getting huger. Maybe they feel too big to have to care about sellers. Maybe they feel they do care about sellers. Maybe they don't even realise it's an issue. But again, maybe it's just me. I know it's not, but maybe it is. Don't sue me, Amazon. Right, so as a new seller who has invested a lot of my savings into this business, I'm feeling more than a little exasperated. I get that, especially as a new seller, because you get loads of restrictions now. As of the last couple of months or so, when you're a new seller and you try and send things into Amazon, you're just like restricted, 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 restricted. Now you can get rid of those restrictions, and the key, and again, it's a bit of an Amazon loophole right now, so it might not last forever, but right now it works. Brand new sellers that are restricted in 80% of stuff or 90% of stuff, that's how people are talking. Like, it's crazy. We don't see it because we're not a new seller, but a lot of people do. But those people that are restricted in those things, the key is usually to get ungated, and that's usually the best thing. And if you get ungated in categories, that will ungate you for the products as well. So I definitely consider doing that, because you'll see, even though you might get ungated in beauty or something, you'll get ungated in loads of, you'll get product and brand ungated in loads of like toy brands, which are nothing to do with beauty. And we are seeing a lot of that. So it might be a loophole, but I believe it's because Amazon start to trust you more. So you should definitely consider getting ungated, or getting ungated. Right, so it seems that every time I open my computer, there is another bizarre surprise in store. I'm already suspended from trying to get ungated in health and personal care. And this morning, I received a message in Chinese from a customer in Italy. So the ungated thing I've already gone over. I think Karen actually responded to you in the post, and she knows all about that stuff. So I just listened to what she says. This morning, I received a message in Chinese from a customer in Italy, which I'm unable to respond to as I don't understand Chinese. You couldn't make it up. This is on top of the 100 little other things. Right, so the Chinese thing, obviously, it's just spam. If you get a message in Chinese on an Italian platform, don't worry about it. You can't be expected to answer Chinese. If someone writes to me in Chinese, all you need to do is click the markers, what's the right word? It says something like mark as, something like you don't need to respond. It's below the reply box thing. It's just check here to mark as not needing a response or something like that. Just tick that. It's just spammy, scammy stuff. It's not real. Don't worry about it. But like I say, if someone messages you in Mexican to a German site, like, don't worry about it. You're not going to get penalised for the fact that you don't speak Chinese or Mexican or whatever it is. Right. So, and this is what the next bit is what I really want to focus this video on, really, even though the video is quite long. I'm stressing my family out and they are urging me to quit. Your family will urge you to quit. That your family will urge you to not even get started. That's what they do. It's a protection mechanism that I think close family and friends have, based on inexperience and lack of understanding and knowledge, and because they wouldn't take the risk and because they can't imagine a scenario where it would work. They can't imagine a scenario where it would work for you. So they don't want you to waste your time and money and effort and stuff. And they mean well when they give you this advice, but it's crippling advice that actually works against you and it doesn't help you at all. So any family that urge you to quit a business, you need to kind of ignore, unless they really, really, really have a good point. Like if you've mortgaged your house and borrowed as much money as you can from everyone you know and had 3 failures in a row, and then they're telling you to quit. I don't know. I'm not saying quit because I'm a big believer in never giving up. But at the same time, if it's starting to harm other people and other people are losing out because of you, then I don't know. Maybe you need to have a look at what you're doing, but maybe not quit. Just maybe change directions somewhat or something like that. But no, your family will tell you to quit. Your family will want the best for you, but won't offer the best for you advice because they don't know what that is. Having said that, if your dad's Richard Branson, Alan Sugar, Elon Musk, and he's telling you to quit, you should listen because the guys have experience. They know what they're talking about. They would never say to quit, but if they did, you should listen. But chances are you don't come from a business background, or your family has not got business background. And if they do, are they successful businesses? Have they done multiple businesses and made them successful? They're the kind of people you need to listen to, not so much your family and friends that think they're doing the best for you. And then you go on to say, I guess my question is it just me or is anyone else experiencing this level of stress and hassle? Right, first of all, I should say, and I do not mean any amount of disrespect when I say this, but you are not experiencing any stress. Yes, a little bit of hassle, and I know we all respond differently to stress, so it's all right for me to say, oh, you're not stressed. I understand stress is actually a medical condition, but as you're referring to it here, I just figure you just mean kind of everyday struggle and trouble and hustle and, you know, speed umps or hoops that I like to say. They're putting hoops out for us to jump through, or it's just a speed bump, or, you know, an uneven road. If this is stressing you, genuinely stressing you, and if this is causing you too much of a hassle, it's the wrong business, or you're not going to be cut out to make it long term in this business. So you probably want to look at something else. And I say that with the utmost of respect. Just trust me. What you've experienced so far is absolutely 0 on a scale of 1 to 100 as to what you're likely to see as your business reaches more successful things. Like trouble, struggle, stress, you know, all this stuff is part of doing business. And trust me, it's going to get 100 times more difficult than what you've seen already. So if this seems like too much stress and too much trouble, you're probably in the wrong business. Or some people that are a bit harsh might say you're not right for at least this business. And I hope you don't take this the wrong way. I hope anybody watching this doesn't think I'm being too harsh. I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to be kind with this. But trust me, if this is too much, you should probably quit at least this business, because it's going to get 10 times harder. It's going to get 100 times harder. It just is. Every business does. And the more success you get, the harder it gets. So if this is too much stress, look at something else maybe. And then, I mean, you go and say, could really do with some words of encouragement and some reassurance not to quit. See, that's the opposite of what you've got right here. Now, there's a saying, quitters never win and winners never quit. And I'm a big believer in it. I won't ever quit. I'll pivot, but I'll never quit. And I don't think you should quit altogether. I think if you've got aspirations to be an entrepreneur, aspirations to build a business and build an online income, you definitely shouldn't quit. But if these initial hurdles or humps are stressing you out or making you want to quit, then you probably should. And I don't know if it was Elon Musk, but someone said, if you need somebody else to tell you, I think it was Elon Musk, if you need somebody else to tell you not to quit, then you're not cut out for the business. You need to quit. I don't know if it was him that said it, but apologies. Someone will let me know in the comments, I'm sure, whose quote that is, or paraphrased quote that is. But yeah, it's probably not right for you. It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse. And even when you get past the worst and it starts to get better, it's going to get worse again. There's that image you'll probably have seen going around Facebook groups and stuff, where there's a journey to success. Everyone thinks it's like this and it's a straight line to success, and it's not. And you see that in this picture, it goes like this. And that is business. That's business. And it is, everybody I've ever known in business, that's what you get. And I've set up and run multiple businesses, mostly successes, luckily. A couple of what some people might call failures. But I've learned in every step of the way, and every single one of those businesses is a bit like that. So if it's too much, probably time to get out. Having said that, this might be enough to spur you on, and I don't want anyone to quit, but you know, it is what it is. Right. So the other thing is, apologies for the negative tone, but I'm really almost done with this. Again, it's not a negative tone. It's you know, you're airing how you feel. I get that, and I hope my response to you hasn't been too negative. But genuinely, if it's too much now, it's likely to be too much in the future. If I told you all the trials and tribulations I went through setting up a private label business, I could have quit. I could have quit 100 times. It was so difficult at times. And I don't mean little difficult things like some people might say, oh, couldn't get a good logo. No, I mean serious difficulties. Like I'm dealing with authorities in a different country and, you know, trying to get legal representation, and nothing too bad, but like it was a nightmare. And at the time I wanted to quit, and I didn't quit. I just forced through it. And then I still saw hurdles and stuff. That's part of business. You're going to get it. But trust me, this is 0 on the scale of 1 to 10. It's probably 1% on the scale of 0 to 100. So if it's too much now, probably listen to your family and get out. I realise some people might be a bit annoyed at this response, but that's just how I feel in this certain circumstance. And I know that's probably not the best response for everyone, but in your case, if you're feeling stressed, if these tiny hurdles in the grand scheme of things seem like insurmountable ones, it's probably not right for you. Change business model, look at something else that maybe is a bit more aligned with what you want. And yeah, that's it, really. I've shared my thoughts on Amazon. I've told you getting ungated is probably the best thing to do for restrictions. And I've told you not to listen to your family. Having said that, if this stuff does seem stressful, maybe it's time to listen to yourself and look at something else. Right, so that's it for the video. I hope you have a great bank holiday weekend. Don't get too drunk. And the sun is shining, but I'm just going to work because, yeah, that's me. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Matt. This has been The Secret Wealth Project. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.